Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel BharathEduTech. In today's video, we are going to continue on our JavaScript 50 interview programs. In this video, we are going to write a Fibonacci sequence generator function. So what is Fibonacci sequence? So Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers where each number is sum of previous two numbers or two elements. So for example, if you see this 2 is the sum of previous two numbers, right? So 1 plus 1 is 2. So similarly, this 8 is sum of previous two number, that is 5 plus 3 is 8. Similarly, 5 plus 18 is 13. So the series goes on. So now our job is to write Fibonacci sequence for given n terms. So let's write this. So I'm going to call this function as Fibonacci sequence, and this is going to receive one parameter, that is n. So we have to generate the sequence until n term. Okay. So then we are going to look into the smaller problems in this function. So to have a sequence, we should at least have three elements, right? So what if the user give input as a 1 or 2? So first we'll have check for if n is equal to 1, then we are going to return an empty array. Else if the user give input as 2, we are going to give our sequence, that is return. So let's declare a sequence. So let sequence is equal to 0 comma 1. So this sequence or series always starts from 0 comma 1. So I'll just return sequence. So if the number is greater than 2, so I am going to add an else condition, and inside that else condition I am going to make use of for loop. So let I will start from 2, I is less than n, so whatever the input they have given, and for every iteration I am going to increase I by 1. Now we have to find the next element in this sequence, right? So according to Fibonacci sequence, as we told earlier, where each element is addition of previous two numbers, right? So we have to add these two number and then push into this array. So for that, I'll declare one variable called num1. I'm going to get the first element, so that is 0, or otherwise how to get the elements in array. So I'm going to make use of indexes. So sequence 0. Similarly, I'm going to declare one more variable called num2. So I'm going to get sequence of 1. So here I got 0 and 1. So next I have to push this element. So I have to sum this up and then push into this array. So to do that, I'm going to make use of array method called push. So I'll call sequence dot push. So what this push method will do is it's going to push the element at the end of an array. So I'm going to add num1 plus num2. Then after this, I'm going to return our sequence. So save this. Let's call the function. So console.log. I'm going to call Fibonacci sequence, and I'm going to give input as 3. So save this and refresh the browser, and you can see we got the result 0 plus 1 is 1. So we got the first three elements in the sequence. Now if the user gives the input as 4, so let me give input as 4, save it and refresh the browser, we can see our sequence is not right. So according to Fibonacci sequence, each element should be sum of previous two numbers. So it should be 1 plus 1, this should be 2, right? So why this is happening? Because we have taken the indexes manually and our array is 0 comma 1 comma 1, right? So we have to add these two numbers. To add these two numbers, we have to take the index dynamically. So how we can take this index dynamically? So we can make use of length property. So to get the last element, I'm going to make use of length property. So sequence dot length. So sequence dot length gives me the total length of the array, that is 3. But according to our programming languages, always index starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2. So I have to reduce this length by 1. And to get the previous element, so I'm again going to make use of sequence dot length, and I'm going to reduce it by 2. So now save this, and I'm going to get rid of this 1, and now refresh the browser, and you can see we got the sequence right. Okay, so I'm going to give it as input as now 8. So save this So for each iteration, it is going to dynamically get the last two elements and then sum it and then push into our sequence array. So hope you had a clear idea how Fibonacci sequence works. And let me refactor this. So I'm going to copy this num2 and paste it inside of num2, and I'm going to take num1 and paste it instead of num1, and I'm going to get rid of these two lines. So this is how Fibonacci sequence works. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. For more videos like this, subscribe to my YouTube channel.